Welcome to the continuation from Module 6. We're now in Module 7, which is Expressionism. Expressionism is a performing style that expresses feelings, facial expression, gestures, eye movements, and body gestures. Of course, it is the ability to describe what you are singing and how you are feeling it while ministering or performing. That is very clear to us, I guess. How to express yourself, as in your real you, as in being passionate when you stand before an audience to give a presentation. Pupils model in their teachers, students model in their lecturers, followers of course model in their leaders, members in a church model in their pastors, children model in their parents, and congregation during a performance has to model in their lead vocalist or stage user or backup singers. Now, the moment you grab the microphone as a stage user, you automatically become the boss. You become the leader for the hour, and everyone would want to key into what you are doing, commanding or directing, if you convince them of your capability. But if you can't convince them of your capability, then they will not respond to what you are doing on stage. Remember, first expression matters a lot. Do well to set goals on your body language signals to enhance effective communication at first sight. I'm going to the stage to lead the people in praise and worship. How am I supposed to do that? When I get to the stage, what should I do first? Every of those things should be goals you have to set for yourself and make them work per second. If you can do that, of course, you will be addressed as a professional. I know you get that. Now, body language is a form of non-verbal communication that is of paramount importance to a purpose-driven stage user. If you are not a purpose-driven stage user, you are not going to see body language or expressionism as something that is of vital, paramount importance. Research has shown that it helps to ease the mental effort when communication is difficult. When communication is difficult, try using your body language. It is going to ease your mental effort. Now, some time ago, a guy dressed on a suit to the neck attended my church in Benin for the first time, and I watched closely during the first prayer session and concluded he was so full of himself. That was why he refused to give just a dance, or maybe because he was formally dressed. But it came to a point I observed something. I asked myself a question. Is it really why this guy refused to praise God? I'm really not sure, but I wasn't comfortable because he was occupying the front seat. Being the music director, you know what I did? I asked one of my good praise leaders to lead the second praise session. To my greatest surprise, this guy took the dance floor and even took off his good-looking Italian suit as a result of the wonderful praise session. He was dancing and sweating furiously. My God. Right then I realized it wasn't because of his dress code, but the power of expressionism on the part of the lead vocalist. Now, someone made a research some time ago and came up with something, a wonderful fact, I guess. Effective communication covers these three categories. 1. Body language takes 55%. Tone of the voice takes 38%. Word or the message itself takes 7%. Body language 55. Tone of the voice 38. Word or message 7%. Obviously, body expression takes the highest percentage. Most Nigerian comedians do better than others because they employ this fact consciously. No matter how little your message is, your mode of relating it is what matters. A good singer can sing a particular song in 3 different services, but in different creative ways. I tell you, if you do that, you are going to make real impact. I employ every singer to work on their lyrical flow, their messages, voice manipulation, and of course, body gestures, especially. No matter how wonderful your voice could appear when you stand before the people to minister and you sing with a kind of dull gestures, everybody will start sleeping, of course. But when you express yourself wonderfully, confidently, and boldly, my God, the story will be different. Do what I say, not what I do. That is wrong. Do what I say and what I do. That is the right thing to do. Don't be like some pastors who employ the first statement, do what I say, not what I do. As a stage user, all you must work on is do what I say and do what I do. And if you want them to do what you do, that means you have to go extra miles to do those things that are actually required of you as a stage user. Learn to express what you say and sing. Don't just say the words, don't just say the phrases, don't just say the line. Say them and act according to them. When you're saying a line that has to do with crying, for instance, you have to learn to cry. Yes? You can't be singing any pitch when them dig for you, jump and pass, and you that is leading, you are not jumping. That means the song is not for you. No. Or you're saying, let us lift up our hands and worship him, and your hands are down. That means you are what? No, wrong. You have to what? Do what you say at the same time. Now, I watched a praise main leader actually in a video in FCT Nigeria, who sang the praise session with his eyes closed in the first 15 minutes, as if he was leading a worship session. In fact, I concluded he was a blind gifted singer, only for him to open his eyes after 15 minutes of all praise songs. I said, wow, am I dreaming? All praise songs and you have been standing like a statue? That is not fair. Until a deaf man can interpret your ministration with a pen and a paper, you are not an expressionist. Every given time, when you're singing praise, why are your eyes closed? And look at the people in the eye. If you can't look at them in the eyes, look at their forehead and communicate to them. Get them involved in your praise. When you're singing worship, that is a different thing altogether. But as far as praise is concerned, Now, if you desire praise reports, testimonies, and miracles every time you sing, you must develop the following part of you. 1, you must develop your dance potentials, referring to your charisma. How charismatic are you whenever you grab the microphone to sing? Deliberately work on this and you will see the result. 2, you must work on your communication skills. That is your body language. How to communicate to the people, communicating to the instrumentalists, communicating to your backup singers, communicating to everyone all around you at a time. Number 3, you must also develop your smiling mask, which we're going to talk about in a jiffy. Your smiling mask, which is a facial gesture, is something you must also work on. Okay? It's part of your expressionism. And 4thly, you must also develop how to use the stage, which is stage management. I have a full album where I talked about stage management. Try to get it and you're going to enjoy it. It's a video CD. And lastly, you have to also work on your voice manipulation, which actually singles you out as a good professional singer. You know what I'm talking about. So expressionism is something we must always employ as stage users, because it is going to make us so effective, so useful whenever we mount the stage to minister. Conclusively, I would like to say that the idea of expressionism should be embraced and practiced consciously. Permit me to say, or to ask you this: an audio comedy CD and a video comedy CD, which one would you prefer? Which would you prefer? I leave that to my readers and listeners to answer. Remember, action speaks louder than voice. Okay. Now, the food for thought this moment is that body gestures is the mental effort when communication is difficult. Body gestures is the mental effort when communication is difficult. See you there. Thanks for having time.